Hey guys, and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, I'll be going over how I went in round 2, and then I'll be giving you my round 3 tips. Super excited to check out how I went. Before we jump into this one though guys, please leave a like and hit that sub button. Really helps the growth of the channel, all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out there. And yeah, I guess let's just jump into it. So round 2 saw me get 5 out of 8. One of these is heartbreaking, and I'll tell you why in a second. So obviously backing the Knights to beat the Dolphins at home, I thought they'd get the job done there, so good tip there. Backed Manly to beat the Warriors. I did think the Warriors could win this. I said Manly 1-12. I didn't think they could win it, but I thought they could be competitive. I didn't think they'd win by 20 points. So really strong win there for the Warriors. Obviously, that is a tip wrong. Next, I backed in the Panthers to beat the Roosters. I said the Panthers would win this 60 plus. Credit to the Roosters. Really strong performance. Absolutely well-deserved. Really good game. Dragons and Rabbitohs. Obviously, I backed in the Rabbitohs there. I said they'd win this one by 6. They won by 1, so not too far off with the margin there. I'll take that. And yeah, really good start to the season for us. So yeah, hopefully we can keep that rolling into round 3. All right, next up, Sharkies defeat the Cowboys 36-12. Another tip right. This one was pretty obvious. Cronulla actually played really well against the Cowboys up in North Queensland. And the Cowboys are really struggling this year. So really, really good win there for the Sharks. Broncos and Raiders. This is the one that really, really breaks my heart, because I had the Raiders winning this game. And then I changed my tip later on in the week. I had people telling me that I'm an idiot for tipping the Raiders, and I listened. If you back your gut in, always stay strong, because I changed my tip. I had a gut feeling the Raiders would win at home. Everyone said, look at how the Broncos played last week. You know, they're going to come out, they're going to beat the Raiders. Egg all over my face because I made the call to change it. So that was disappointing. But we finished the round with 2 correct tips. Tigers beating the Eels 32-6. Incredible win there for the Tigers. Really, really strong win. And then the Bulldogs are going 2 from 2 with a win over the Titans. Thought it was a pretty scrappy game, this one. Bulldogs were obviously the better team. But yeah, I thought there was a lot of errors. A pretty poor game all in all. That's just my take on it anyway. Shout out to Tino though. Really strong performance. All right, round 3. Here we go. So we've got the Panthers taking on the Storm. This is at Amy Park. Obviously Panthers won the grand final last year. Storm won the last 2 games prior to that though, so not too bad. Storm have actually had the wood over the Panthers. They played 47 games. Storm have won 31, Panthers 16. Look, I'm not going to outthink the room. Storm coming off a bye. I think they're going to be fresh, ready to go. Panthers struggled last week against the Roosters. I do think Storm will capitalise on that. Sniffing at a 13-plus win, but for now I'm going to say 1-12. That could change though. But yeah, at home I think Storm will be too good in that one. Next up, we've got the Warriors taking on the Sydney Roosters. Obviously, over in New Zealand, Warriors have 67% of the fan vote there. Roosters have actually won the last 3 meetings these 2 teams have had. They've got a 23-21 win rate there. So Roosters have won 23, Warriors have won 21, 45 games played. So they tend to, it's pretty close normally, like between them. So in New Zealand, with the amount of players the Roosters have out, I know they'll get some back this week, but I just think the Warriors at home, I think they're going to be tough to beat, so I'm going to back them in. Obviously, this one I think will be a 1-12 game. Next up, we've got the Broncos against the Cowboys. Broncos have won by massive margins in their last 3 meetings with the Cowboys, and they have played 58 games. Broncos winning 37, Cowboys winning 20. I think this is a no-brainer anyway. I think the Broncos win this one, and I think they get it done 13+. The Cowboys are in shambles, and I really do think the Broncos will click in this game at Suncorp Stadium. I think they'll be too good. Sharkies against the Rabbitohs. Sharks have won the last 3 encounters here. However, the Rabbitohs have only won 18 of their 40 played games, which means Cronulla have won 22. 85% of people are saying the Sharks win this one. But you know me, I always back in my team. So I'm backing the Rabbitohs. Obviously, my gut says the Sharks win this, and I said at the start of the video, always back your gut. But I can't tip against my team. I do think there is a world where we can win this game. Obviously, we get Jack Whiten back next week. Hopefully, Ewan Aitken plays his first game for us as well. I think Alex Johnston's maybe a week or two more away. I do think we can win this game. I think we can compete. Lockie Hubner and Tallis Duncan are massive outs, though, as well. Look, I do think we can win it. I'm saying a lot that goes against that. Obviously, if you are a betting man, do not bet on the Rabbitohs. I'm not saying to bet on them. But I'm obviously going to tip with my heart here. I've never tipped against the Rabbitohs, which is probably why I don't win a lot of tipping comps. But I'm going to back them in here. I'm going to go with my gut, as I always do. I think Rabbitohs win that one 1-12. All right, Dolphins and the Tigers. This is wild to me that the Dolphins are at 61% to win this one. They have won their last two meetings. There's been 3 games played. Tigers have won one of them by 1 point. I generally think this is a different Tigers side. I'm backing the Tigers in 1-12 here. I think they get the job done over the Dolphins. I really think the Dolphins will struggle to start the year. All right, we have the Titans and the Knights, Seabus Super Stadium. First game at the Gold Coast for the Titans after that pretty disappointing game to the Doggies. Titans have lost all 3 of their last 3 games. Knights have won 17 of the 30 games played, which means Titans have won 13. At home, the Titans have every opportunity to win this game, but I am backing in the Knights. I don't think it'll be I think it'll be a 1-12, but I think it'll be on the higher end. So I'm going to say 12 points. I just think the Knights, they're really playing good footy this year. So I reckon they can get the job done here. I'm backing them in. I think they will be too good over the Titans there. And then we've got 2 more games to go. Parramatta taking on the Bulldogs. Eels have been really disappointing. They have won 2 of their last 3 games against the Dogs, and they do have a better win percentage against the Bulldogs. But I cannot tip this Parramatta side. They have been woeful in their first 2 games. I think the Dogs win this one, and I do think they probably get it done 13 plus here. Then we've got the Seagulls against the Raiders. This one's interesting. Don't know why the Raiders are only 34% tipped here. They did get flogged in 2 of their last 3 meetings, and both of those floggings were actually in Canberra. So the away team has won their last 3 games when these 2 have played. Look, I'm going to back Manly. I'm going to back them 1-12, but if Turbo or Daly Cherry Evans is out, I think I will change my tip to the Raiders. More so Turbo, but yeah, I think Manly can win this one, especially at Brookvale. But it all depends, man, because this Raiders side is humming. They are playing damn good footy. So I do think that there is a world where the Raiders get the win here, get the upset. It seems like an upset to the fan vote here. So I also think Manly will be disappointed with that effort against the Warriors. So yeah, that's my tips. Let's go over them once more. And I'll also give you a try scorer as well for each team. Storm 1-12 over the Panthers. That could change to 13 plus. I think for the Storm, Xavier Coates is pretty much a shoe-in to score in this one. And then I'm going to say, he didn't score last week, but I'm going to go Isaac Tungo to score for the Panthers. For the Warriors, Roosters, obviously Warriors win this one. I do think it will be 1-12, potentially 13 plus, like this top one. But for now, I'm going to lock in 1-12. Look, my complete tips will be on Instagram on probably Thursday morning or Wednesday evening. So go and check that out over there then, because this will be my official tips locked and loaded then. But I do think, obviously, Warriors win this. I do think they can win at 13 plus, so that may change. But for now, 1-12. I'm going to say Roger scores in this one, and I'm going to say Teddy. I think Teddy's due a try there. I think he will have a pretty strong performance. Broncos 13 plus over the Cowboys. This will be an easy win. I think we'll probably see 1 or 2 tries, probably from Scott Drinkwater. So I'm going to lock him in for a Cowboys try. I think Reece Walsh is due a bounce back game, so I'm going to go Walshy anytime. Obviously, Rabbitohs 1 to 12 in this one, and then Sharkies anytime. I'm going to go Ronaldo, and for the Rabbitohs, I'm going to go Jai Gray. Geez, he's a gun. Dolphins and Tigers, obviously backing in the Tigers. Dolphins, I'm going to say Hammer scores anytime, and Taruva for the Tigers. Titans and Knights, I'm going to go David Fafita to cross for the Titans there. And for the Knights, I'm going to go Kalen Ponga. Eels and Bulldogs, Bulldogs 13 plus, I think that will be too strong. I'm going to go Zach Lomax to score for Para. And for the Dogs, I'm going to go Stephen Crichton. That's if he's not suspended. I did hear a whisper about something. I don't know if it was him, not too sure. And then obviously Manly in this one, however that could change as well. I'm going to go, if he's fit, Turbo anytime, and then for the Raiders, Matt Timoko anytime. All right, guys, they are my tips for round 3. Let me know yours down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.